everybody, and welcome. We've got a full house of cheering fans, including Earl B, the home team's biggest fan. First game this year, pretzels, popcorn, beer. First round draft choice, Monday night, it's here. Sing the Stars and Stripes, announce the play-by-play. Offense, defense, deep pass, the wave.
They try to stop him with the mountain man. Nickel, dime, 7 backs the plan. Coin toss, timeout, a must-win game. The snap, the kick, the Hall of Fame. Earl B, he's our man. Earl B, local team's biggest fan. Earl B, yeah, he is, yeah.
Friday, October 22nd here at George Daniel Stadium. Good evening, everyone. I'm Ron Bacalar, along with my partner John Nesbitt, our cameraman, producer, director Bob Quinlan, and we're about to bring you the exciting play-by-play action of tonight's ball game between the Pirates of Youngstown Raven and the Saints of Lorain, Southview. Raven comes into this ball game with only 1 win and 6 losses, having played only 7 games, while Coach Kleiner and his Southview Saints are evened up at 4 wins and 4 losses. So it should be a good game either way. The Elyria Chronicle-Telegram picks the Youngstown Raven Pirates, while the Lorain Morning Journal picks the Southview Saints. So flip a coin, stay with us, and we'll see what happens at the end of the ball game. John, how do you size it up?
Well, I talked to one of the coaches before the game, and when I was still on the Admiral King coaching staff, we played Youngstown Raven about 3 years ago. And they were an extremely tough football team from Youngstown. Youngstown football is good football. So on their side of it, 1 and 6 may be deceiving. For Southview, it's extremely important for this. Coach Kleiner wants this to be a winning season. I don't think he wants a 5-5. I think he wants a 6-4. So for him to go out with this 6-4 at this season and end up with Admiral King being the pivotal game, he's got to come in and beat Raven tonight. So Youngstown football is tough, and Southview wants a win tonight to set it up for Admiral King. So it should be interesting in this cold weather.
And obviously, too, like you said, John, Coach Kleiner wants to see that this season ends on a positive note, as was the case last year. So hopefully they'll get it all together tonight after having such a terrible loss against Beaver Local last week on a Saturday here at George Daniel Stadium. The Southview Saints got whooped by a 47-7 score, only the 1 touchdown by Preston Beard and the extra point. So they've got a lot to prove tonight, and hopefully they'll do that here at George Daniel Stadium. The Southview Saints, by the way, will be kicking off to start the ball game. They'll defend the south goal. Youngstown Raven will receive and defend the north goal. It is homecoming tonight at George Daniel Stadium for the Southview Saints, and we'll be back with the start of tonight's ball game, and we'll let you know who the king and queen happen to be right after this timeout from Impressions.
Your one-stop place for something really special is Impressions, corner of Oberlin Avenue and Tower Boulevard. T-shirts and sweatshirts personally designed to your specific needs. Anything from bears, trains to zebras, and specially designed hats as well. And don't forget Impressions, your one-stop spot for school jackets. See Dave, the designer expert at Impressions, Oberlin Avenue at Tower Boulevard, right here in Lorain.
All right, Kyle Crumley kicking off for the Southview Saints to open up this ball game tonight, and grabbing it around the 18-yard line for the Pirates, Tony Mozzie. And Mozzie gets the ball up to about the 46-yard line. A good kickoff return of about 24 yards, and that will give the Pirates a 1st and 10 from their own 46-yard line. Offensively for the Pirates, the quarterback is Ronnie Lampkin, a 183-pound sophomore. The fullback, DeJuan Ellis, a 175-pound senior. The tailback is Vincent Tarver, a 180-pound senior. Also in the backfield, Taryn Holland, a 160-pound junior. The center is Robert Harris, a 200-pound senior. We'll check the rest of the offensive line in a moment. On the 1st and 10, the ball on the 45-yard line, And the give is right up the middle to Vincent Tarver. Picks up a couple of yards on the play. And it's going to be second down and about 8 yards. A gain of 2 up to the 47-yard line. At left guard is Troy Davis, a 210-pound senior. The right guard is John Buggs, a 225-pound junior. The left tackle, Eddie Clinkscale, a 220-pound senior. The right tackle is Justin Williams, a 235-pound senior. Tight end is Jason Stewart, a 175-pound senior. And the split end, Justin Armini, a 150-pound senior. And it looks like there's going to be little to no gain on that play. Maybe about a yard. It'll be third down and 7. The ball on the 48-yard line. Defensively for the Southview Saints, the defensive tackles are Kyle Crumley and Lee Skanicki. The defensive ends are Dick Henderson and James Hamilton. The linebackers, Steve Ridnour, James Thompson in the middle, and Preston Beard. We'll check the defensive backs in a moment. On a third and 7, back to pass. Connecting to DeJuan Ellis. Ellis out of bounds on the far side, just shy of the 50-yard line, and that's going to give the Pirates, or the Tigers, a fourth down and a punting situation.
73K right here.
The defensive cornerbacks for the Southview Saints, Edwin Vargas and Brandon Neely. The strong safety is Willie Tillman, and the free safety is Stephen Yates. Ronnie Lampkin, the quarterback, also serves as the punter and the kicker for the Tigers. The Tigers are coached by Pete Limber. Their colors are orange and black. And a good punt, rolling, and it's going to be down on the 5-yard line, just inside the 5, where the Southview Saints will take over, first and 10 from their own 5. Offensively for the Saints, at quarterback, Robert Strouser. The tailback is Jeremiah Martinez. The halfback is Preston Beard. The wide receiver, Brandon Neely. The center is Steve Ridnour. The two guards are Joe Spahn and Kyle Crumley. The tackles, Leo Skanicki and Tony Rodriguez. The tight end, James Thompson. The split end is Will Torres. Defensively for the Tigers, the nose tackle is Tommy Malone, a 285-pound sophomore. And the give is to Martinez. Martinez, a loose ball.
Right there, man.
Martinez gets the ball out just over the 15-yard line. And apparently it's still going to remain Southview's ball. And they're going to have a first and 10 since they started just inside their own 5. Checking defensively, the tackles for the Tigers are Perry Braxton and Sean Robinson. The defensive ends, Troy Davis and Eddie Clinkscales. The linebackers, John Buggs and Andre Stewart. The corners are Tony Mozzie and Vincent Tarver. And another big gain for the Southview Saints. This time, Preston Beard, the ball carrier, gets the ball out to about the 27-yard line, where it's going to be another first and 10, 2 plays and 2 first downs. The corners, Tony Mozzie and Vincent Tarver. The free safety for the Tigers, Abdul Jordan, and the strong safety, Johnny Jones. In motion, Brandon Neely. The give is to Martinez. Martinez up to about the 40-yard line. Ball out of bounds. They're going to mark it at about the 38, where it may be just another first and 10 for the Southview Saints.
Southview's been very impressive. They've 3 plays, both between the tackles, all 3 between the tackles. Last play, Martinez had the ball. And there's something that they see on films because they're attacking between the defensive ends.
Strouser hands off this time to Preston Beard. Beard jumps over a couple of linemen down on the ground, gets the ball up to the 44-yard line. A pickup of 6 yards on the play. It's going to be second down and 4.
Everything that Southview has done, they started the ball on the 5-yard line and is now on the 44-yard line, and they have all been between the tackles. Nothing outside whatsoever.
The pitch is to Martinez. Martinez skirting around the right side, picks up a first down, gets the ball into Tiger territory.
I just watched it.
They'll spot the ball just inside the 45-yard line, where it's going to be 1st and 10. Tackle made by Tony Mozzie, the cornerback.
All right, first time, and we're having a hard time getting this in because Southview is going on a no-huddle situation. They're coming right up to the line of scrimmage.
Strauser on the first pass play of the ball game gets it out to the near side. The intended receiver for the Southview Saints just happened to be Jeremy Leyva. Incomplete pass. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Split backs for Southview. A quick pass out here to the bottom of the screen, and Robert Strauser still throwing that ball a side sling. I'd like to have him come over the top.
That gives it time to Jeremiah Martinez. Picks up the first down for the Southview Saints, getting the ball up to about the 33-yard line. Tackle made by Johnny Jones, the strong safety for the Tigers, a 155-pound sophomore.
Southview has not been bashful in this split back set, with either giving it to Martinez or Beard between the tackles, and if they're having that much success, the defensive linemen are getting too far upfield.
Will Torres split wide to the top of the screen. And the give this time to Preston Beard. Beard gets the ball inside the 30-yard line, a pickup of 4 yards. It's going to be 2nd down and 6.
If you take a look at the end of each play and you see somebody with a white top jersey deep in the backfield for Youngstown Raven, then that means they're not keeping continuity with the defensive line, giving Southview running lanes between those tackles.
Preston Beard coming into this ball game has picked up 655 yards rushing on 106 carries for a 5.6 average. Martinez, the ball carrier this time, gets another first down for the Southview Saints. Tackle made by Andre Stewart.
Okay, second time that Southview's gone outside with Martinez on just a little quick pitch with Beard blocking, and now Southview is playing with Rand's minds because they don't go to the huddle. This is a quick huddle play.
The ball just over the 20-yard line, and we're going to have a flag or two on this particular play as the officials will sort it out.
And Rand's also called a timeout.
All right, time back in. Everything's all sorted out. The flags have been picked up, and there goes one right now. Well, we'll check it out because on that particular play to be, it's 1st and 10 for the Southview Saints. The ball just over the Tigers' 20-yard line. And we're going to have 5 yards marched off against Raven. That'll put the ball just over the 15, offside defensively against Youngstown. 1st and 5 for the Southview Saints. We were talking about Preston Beard. He's also one of the leaders in the area in scoring with 8 touchdowns and 48 points. Martinez, the ball carrier, this time he's going to be stopped short. Pickup of maybe a short yard. It'll be 2nd down and 5. Tackle made by Alan Perry.
We've got a no-huddle set here.
Strauser this time gives off to Preston Beard. Beard gets the ball up to the 10-yard line. That may be enough for a first down, depending on where they spot the ball. Tackle again made by John Buggs this time.
What's
the
that?
Ball just inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal for the Southview Saints.
What Southview seems to be doing is that they'll run one play, come back with a quick one. This last play was counter Trey. Loved the call, loved the offensive play.
Give to Martinez. Martinez is going to be thrown for a loss. Didn't quite make it to the 10-yard line, or they may spot it just on the 10. It'll be 2nd and goal. The ball at about the 10-yard line.
We're having a hard time picking up these numbers because these red numbers on these white jerseys, they just don't come out real clear like you might think. I thought Jeremiah Martinez on that play, there was a kick-out block by Preston Beard. He took it outside of the block instead of staying inside of the block.
On the 2nd down, Strauser back to pass and connects with Thompson. Thompson gets the ball inside the 5-yard line. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 4.
Okay, 2 receivers for Southview down here at the bottom of the screen, and once again now they're going this quick play. This is a boot play to James Thompson, and it was successful.
James Thompson, a 190-pound senior, starting for the first time tonight at tight end. On the 3rd down play, the give was to Jeremiah Martinez. Tackle made by Zubert Young.
If you're wondering how a high school team can call 2 consecutive plays and get it done, is what they're probably doing is calling 2 plays in the huddle. And then they come up to the line of scrimmage, and the 2nd play, the quarterback just yells out the play that he wants on the line.
4th and goal from the 3-yard line. This will be a do it or give it over play. And the give to Preston Beard. Beard may have been held shy of that goal line.
The officials didn't give him the touchdown.
No hands have gone up into the air. And it's going to be Youngstown's ball, and that ball should be spotted just over, just inside the goal line.
Right. This time Southview came out in a pro eye and ran an isolation with Preston Beard being the tailback, and they just didn't seem to have the push that they've had on previous plays. But then once again, you get a team that packed to the goal line, they show maybe a 6'5" goal line, and they took care of the isolation.
All right, the Tigers take over now on offense, 1st and 10 from about their own 1-yard line. And a flag.
He said, tell the guys who you want in for the flag. What's Freddie Rushing out there?
Penalty against the Rayen Tigers, half the distance to the goal.
Illegal substitution against the Tigers.
All right, the call is illegal substitution.
He's there. And he fumbled the ball.
And we have a fumble on the play. Can't quite determine. Anyway, coming up with the ball for the Southview Saints is Edwin Vargas. And the Saints will now have another opportunity, 1st and goal from the Tigers' 4-yard line.
Youngstown Raven just ran an isolation to the tailback to pop the ball out. I thought there was a problem with they might have let down and given up a safety, but he bounced it out, then fumbled the ball to Edwin Vargas.
If in fact that was the tailback, John, then it's Vincent Tarver, a 180-pound senior for the Tigers. And it's Preston Beard this time, and he loses the ball as he got up to the goal line, and it looks like, yes, indeed, for the Youngstown Raven Tigers, Vincent Tarver, the tailback who lost the ball the first time around, comes up with a loose ball this time.
Right, Southview had a split back situation, and Preston Beard was the right halfback and coming to the bottom of the screen here, and just as he got to the goal line, the ball popped up. So both tailbacks have touched it on consecutive plays with the same results. They fumbled it.
Well, we have a case of deja vu as the Youngstown Raven Tigers now start all over again, 1st and 10 from their 1-yard line. If they can escape any kind of a penalty, then they'll start the first down from the 1. And such is the case. The ball is to the fullback, DeJuan Ellis. Tackle made by Preston Beard. Ellis, a 175-pound senior.
You know what, Ronnie? I'm looking at the set. I think there's only 10 kids from Rayen out there. They showed a double tight power eye right minus a left tight end. Because I was looking. Now, see, one kid's going to come, 2 are going to come in, and 1's going to come out. So they played with a one-man short on that play. It was a power I right, double tight, the extra back in the right-hand set, and the quarterback sneak to the left-hand side with Preston Beard making the tackle. Now Rand's got a full complement of players.
And they also had the penalty marked off against them, half the distance to the goal, so it's 1st and 11. Over on the far side, the ball carrier for the Tigers is George Revere, tackled by Steve Yates.
Okay, this time with their full complement of players, double tight power I left, meaning the setback is the extra running back is set to the left-hand side of the line, and they did a sweep off of that, which allowed the tailback deep in the end zone, which is kind of scary that you don't want to get caught for a 2-point safety, but they were able to get it out.
Well, it's 2nd down and 8 now with 4 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. No score in the ball game. Back to pass. Ronnie Lampkin, the quarterback, and the intended receiver was the tight end, Jason Stewart. Incomplete pass. It'll be 3rd and 8. Covering on the play for the Southview Saints, Brandon Neely.
You know, the calls, you see it at the next 2 levels all the time. You've got a double tight power I set. Looks like you're going to run the ball. But they did a play action and tried to throw to one of the tight ends, was incomplete. But the quarterback who rolled to his right did not square up his shoulders, and that's a play that we've seen Brandon Neely in the course of the year pick off repeatedly. So Rayan had better watch how they throw the football.
A big down now for the Tigers if they intend to get out from deep in their own territory. And they're not going to do that. They're not going to accomplish that at all as a swarm of Southview tacklers converge on their ball carrier. And there's basically no gain on that play. So it's going to be 4th and 8 and a punting situation for the Tigers. Doing the punting will be the quarterback, Ronnie Lampkin. As we indicated to you prior to the start of the game tonight is homecoming for the Southview Saints. The homecoming king is Hinon Rivera, and the homecoming queen, Kia Rice. So our congratulations to this fine, outstanding couple. The king again, Hinon Rivera, and the queen, Kia Rice.
Ron, we've got another penalty here, and I'm just listening to the coaches down here. We're getting the same signal. It's an illegal substitution. Now, if you're Southview, do you come after them, which looks like what they're doing, or do you set up a return?
Well, they're not even going to be punting from the normal position.
So Southview, I'm assuming, is coming.
15 yards and a high snap, but a
good
punt. Man, he did get it out. It landed on the 36-yard line, picked up by Brandon Neely. Neely on the move on the far side and finally out of bounds at about the 26-yard line.
I'm going to tell you, my son plays football on Saturday mornings, YMCA football, and there's a coaching word. When the punt team comes down to cover Brandon Neely, you have got to break down on the ball. The punter had a magnificent punt out to the 40, but all the linemen downfield never broke down. Brandon Neely just took it right up past them all.
All right, the ball spotted just inside the 30-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Southview Saints. Thompson in motion. And the give is to Martinez. Martinez gets the ball across the 25, inside the 25. Pickup of about 5 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 5. Tackle made by Hubert Young.
Okay, excuse me. We had split backs, 2 receivers down here at the bottom of the screen, 1 receiver at the top, and just a little kick out on the bottom side defensive end against Rand. Pickup of about 5. Nice offensive play.
Clock is running with 2 minutes and 35 seconds remaining in the first quarter play. The give is to Preston Beard, and he bobbles the ball. It's loose, and a flag.
This is the first time that Rayan has stopped an inside trap play all night. Preston Beard had no yardage whatsoever. We thought we saw a flag, and I guess not. I thought I saw one thrown in there. So credit Rayan. They've made some adjustments because that was an inside trap, and Beard got nothing for his time.
All right, no gain on the play. 3rd down and 5. 2 minutes remaining in the quarter, no score. Strouser to pass, and in and out of the hands of his intended receiver for the Southview Saints, Matt Tyler. Covering on the play, Vincent Tarver for the Tigers. It'll be 4th and 5.
Southview had a play here. They were running boot away from their offset fullback. 2 receivers at the bottom of the screen. The tight end was open, but Vincent Tarver took care of the quarterback.
And right now we have a timeout on the field. The Southview Saints calling a timeout. And with timeout, we'll bring in the Palace Civic Center, 6th and Broadway in downtown Lorain. A reminder for all of you classical folks, on Sunday, October 31st, and this is not a trick, this is certainly a treat for you. The Fireland Symphony Concert Halloween Classical Chills will take place at the Palace Civic Center. That's Sunday, Halloween Day, or Halloween afternoon, Sunday, October 31st at 3 p.m. So if you're into some outstanding music, you want to be at the Palace Civic Center on Sunday, October 31st for the Halloween Classical Chills performed by the Firelands Symphony Concert. It all gets underway at 3 o'clock. On the 4th and 5, the Southview Saints, and we have movement by the Tigers. The nose guard, Tommy Malone, a big 285-pound sophomore, coming across the neutral zone. And the Southview Saints are applauding, so obviously this will be a penalty against the Tigers, and that should give the Southview Saints their first down.
Boy, Southview,
Since they had a 4th and 5.
Right. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be 4th and 1. 4th and maybe a half yard.
At best, maybe a foot. I mean, that 4th down marker and the end of the chain
I would ask for a spot. I don't know why somebody's not asking for a spot here, because that's close.
Very close. But ours is not to wonder why, just to call the plays. And it's Strouser handing off to Jeremiah Martinez, picks up the first down for the Southview Saints, hurtling over the players and gets up close to the 16-yard line. 1st and 10 for Southview.
2 receivers, top of the screen, tight end down here at the bottom, 2 in the backfield. Couldn't tell if the fullback was offset or not. And Jeremiah Martinez followed Preston Beard on a very athletic move by jumping over 1 or 2 would-be tacklers for a first down.
Well, you have to say one thing for certain, John. In this first quarter, the Southview Saints have had plenty of opportunity to score. And again, it's Jeremiah Martinez and a flag.
And I'm
going to correct myself. That was James Hamilton.
Right.
James Hamilton, the ball carrier on that particular play.
And James Hamilton is showing up on our stat sheet here, our starting lineup, as a tight end, I believe. So
that's James Thompson.
Oh, that's James Thompson. Okay, so this is the extra fullback. So Preston Beard, and it's my fault in the previous play, James Hamilton's been blocking or running the ball 2 previous plays, and James Hamilton pops it up the middle. So there's something that Southview sees between the tackles.
All right, it's 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. The give is to Jeremiah Martinez. Martinez across the right side of the line and gets up to maybe about the 2-yard line.
Gain of 3 on the play.
Pickup of 3. It's going to be 2nd down and goal from the 2.
Okay, Jeremiah Martinez in this backfield was just going off tackle, and they just keep on pounding away inside. They've only run 2 or 3 perimeter plays, everything between the 2 tight ends.
Less than a minute now remaining here in the first quarter of play. Strouser gives to Martinez. Martinez!
No.
They're saying he's in the end zone. The officials have not as yet indicated that, however. It'll be close. No touchdown. Martinez, the ball carrier, gets the ball probably as close to the goal line as one possibly can. They may get one more play in here before this first quarter comes to an end.
Would you agree that an awful lot of football has been played between the 5-yard line on either side of the...
Without a doubt. Strouser on the keep, and again, the Southview Saints are indicating touchdown, but the officials haven't indicated that yet. There it goes. All right.
Quarterback sneak for the score.
And with 7 seconds remaining in the first quarter of play, Southview goes on top, 6-0. They will attempt now. Brett Crumley will be doing the kicking, and it will be Brandon Neely doing the holding on the extra point attempt. Good snap, ball's down, kick in the air, and it is good. Just making it over the crossbar. 7.7 seconds in the ball game, and we'd like to take this opportunity to thank the fine people at Tops for, again, supplying all of the fine refreshments for our visiting coaches, spotters, and the electronic and press media. And we salute our athletic director, Ray Ebersol, for making all the arrangements. And again, thanks to Tops at the center of Sheffield for all the goodies. Crumley kicking off for the Southview Saints. Deep receivers, Taryn Holland and Tony Mozzie. And the ball is picked up by Mozzie, gets the ball across the 25, the 30. He's still on his feet, and he gets the ball across the 45-yard line, where the Tigers again will start off with good field position on the kickoff return.
Both kickoff returns, Youngstown Raven has done rather well on them. And I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to call this right now. It looks like Southview, if they kick off the football and any time in the near future, they have anytime they want an onside kick, because the up front five are leaving too soon for Youngstown Raven.
All right, the ball spotted directly on the 45, 1st and 10 with 1 second remaining in the first quarter. They'll get this play in and then go down to the other side of the field. And a pass play this time from the quarterback, Ronnie Lampkin, connects with Taryn Holland. And covering on the play, making the tackle for the Southview Saints, James Thompson. And they're going to spot the ball just inside the 45. And that's the end of the first quarter play with Southview on top, 7-0. We'll be back with the start of the second quarter right after this timeout for First Federal Savings of Lorain.
Since 1920, hometown financial professionals at First Federal Savings of Lorain have dedicated themselves to meeting the financial needs of their customers and surrounding communities. They offer a wide variety of financial investments as well as home mortgages to meet your every need. Loans on cars, boats, mobile homes, and other worthwhile purchases are also available. Whatever your financial need, First Federal Savings of Lorain is ready to help. 6 convenient locations to serve you in Lorain, Huron, Sandusky, and Port Clinton, with the 7th office opening soon in Avon. First Federal Savings of Lorain is an equal housing lender and FDIC insured.
Tigers, the ball spotted just inside the Southview Saints 45-yard line. And the ball carrier, the tailback, Vincent Tarver, picks up close to a first down for the Tigers, as they seem to all of a sudden be able to move the ball. Tackle made by Stephen Yates, the free safety for the Southview Saints. Pickup of 9 yards, 2nd down and 1.
In the backfield set that Youngstown Raven had, they ran a counter tray, and to review a counter tray, the left tackle and the left guard were pulling, kicking out, and leading up, and the tailback ran right behind him in the eye.
The give this time is to
76.
Jubert Young. The tailback, tackle made by Kyle Crumley, a 255-pound senior, and a loss of a yard on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 2.
The fullback in this play out of the eye, DeJuan Ellis, was given the ball on just a straight dive, and Kyle Crumley and crew did not budge on that play. 3rd and a couple. Very critical here.
And then Rain got it.
Back to pass for the Tigers, Lampkin, and his receiver on the play, Justin Armini. Picks up a first down, the ball on about the 21-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Youngstown Raven.
You know, Ronnie, I know Admiral King scouts are up here watching this game, and something that probably bodes well for them with the run and shoot. This is the 2nd pass play in this series. One was a quick hitch previously, and this was for a 3rd down pass completion that the Southview secondary didn't react well to. So I'm sure Admiral King sees that as a favorable.
On the 1st and 10, another pass play, this time intercepted by the Southview Saints. The intended receiver was Jason Stewart. And making the interception for Southview, Edwin Vargas.
You know, my gosh, that was a quick post to the receiver at the top of the screen, and he was juggling it, and I think Edwin Vargas just took it out of his hands. That's the best way I can describe that.
1st and 10 for the Southview Saints on their own 21-yard line as they bring to a quick halt that drive that the Tigers seem to be making so successful. The give is to Preston Beard. Beard gains nothing on that particular play, maybe getting back to the line of scrimmage.
As we're looking for a tackler.
No gain on the play, 2nd down and 10.
Connor Trey, and in the split backfield, Preston Beard got nothing on it. Defensive line from Rain did this outstanding job on that play.
Strouser to pass, connects with Brandon Neely. Neely gets the ball up to the 25-yard line. Jason Stewart making the tackles for the Tigers. Pickup of 4 yards on the play, but there is a flag.
Chop
blocking,
block, right.
Blocking below the knees is the call against Southview.
There was a quick pass out here to the receiver at the bottom of the screen, and I'm going to tell you why Southview was going to that, because Youngstown Raven looks like they've got man coverage on the 2 wideouts, top and bottom of the screen with a free safety, which we've seen happen against Southview before, or Southview, and I'm sorry, has done it before. But I think Raven now is saying, if you're going to beat us, we're going to stop the run. We'll give up the pass if we have to, but we're going to stop the run. So we'll look for the man coverage here from Youngstown Raven.
10 yards marched off against the Southview Saints on that penalty. That'll put the ball back just over the 10-yard line at about the 11, where it's 2nd down and 20. And another flag.
Flag on the play.
On the previous play, the reason why blocking beneath the knees was called, there's a tackle box area, and to protect the kids' legs, you know, it's bad enough these kids play the sport where there's a potential for a knee injury, but if you get outside that tackle box area and you are clip blocked in that area, the officials will not hesitate and call that every time.
Illegal procedure, the call against the Southview Saints. Back 5 more yards, 2nd down and 25. Strouser looking to pass. Connects with the receiver on that particular play, Jeremy Leyva. Leyva gets the ball out to the original line of scrimmage at about the 22-yard line. John Buggs making the play for the Tigers.
I'll repeat it again, Ronnie. We've seen quick slants from both teams, and the reason why Southview is doing it, they've got Raven's got 5 people on the line, 3 linebackers. That leaves 3 people in the secondary. That's man coverage, and Southview's taking advantage of it.
Pick up of 15 yards on the pass play. It's 3rd down and 10. Brandon Neely in motion. Strouser back to pass, being chased, and wow, he just let that ball go, and it could have been grabbed in midair, and the Tigers would have had 6 points on the scoreboard. As it was, picking it up, Vincent Tarver, but it had hit the ground first. And that's a 4th down now for the Saints and a punting situation. Coming into this ball game, Robert Strouser in the passing department completed 60 passes on 131 attempts, 927 yards, a 46% completion average. Crumley on the punt, lands on the 48, rolls into Tiger territory, and will be downed at about the 47-yard line, where Youngstown will take over 1st and 10. Breaking out of the huddle, the Tigers set to attempt to move down the field again, as the give this time is to the tailback, Vincent Tarver. Tarver picks up maybe 2 yards on the play. Tackle made by the inside linebacker, James Thompson, a 190-pound senior for the Southview Saints. Pickup of 2, 2nd down and 8.
Double tight, flanker left. One receiver down here at the bottom of the screen, what we used to call a 17, which is just a double down, tackle tight end, kick out by the fullback, and pull the backside guard. Southview and James Thompson did a nice job on that play.
Lampkin to pass, and in and out of the hands of his receiver on that particular play. George Revere covering on the play for the Southview Saints, Brandon Neely. I mean, he had the ball, just couldn't hang on to it.
I love the call, love the play. It's a counter tray pass. A counter tray fake would give the ball to the tailback. The fullback on counter tray usually fills for the backside tackle. Well, they booted off that, and the fullback went in the flat, and like you said, Ron, that should have been a completed pass. I think he wanted to run before he caught it.
On the incomplete pass, 3rd down and 8. And a snap that almost went over Lampkin's head as he was in the shotgun position. Long pass and broken up over the head of the intended receiver. Covering on the play, Brandon Neely. The intended receiver, Justin Armini, a 150-pound senior. It'll be 4th and 8. The ball just inside the 50-yard line in Tiger territory, and no doubt a punting situation with 7 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the second quarter of play. Southview on top, 7-0.
The quarterback from Lorain uncorked a nice ball. Why aren't they using him a little bit more often on shorter routes? Split backs, 2 receivers, and they threw a one-man shot down here at the bottom of the screen, but broken up or really had no chance for completion.
Ronnie Lampkin, the quarterback, also the punter. Low snap, picks it up, gets it away. A good punt landing on the 18-yard line. Will roll out of bounds just inside the 15, where the Southview Saints will take over, 1st and 10. Robert Strouser, the quarterback, in motion. Preston Beard. Strouser to pass, over to Beard in the flats. Trying to get away from the tackler, does not make it. Making the stop is Vincent Tarver.
Southview on this play had 2 receivers down at the bottom of the screen. They put Preston Beard in motion. They've shown this play in previous games. The 2 receivers that were originally there went downfield, and they threw underneath the Preston Beard. But Vincent Tarver, man coverage, man tackle, and for a loss.
Loss of a yard, 2nd down and 11. Ball on the 14-yard line.
What is Clay still doing?
Strouser to pass again, looking for a receiver, being chased, and a loose ball picked up, however, by Jeremiah Martinez, and I think they're going to call it back where the ball landed on the ground. We'll see what happens as the officials work it out.
2 receivers at the top of the screen, 1 receiver down here at the bottom, split backs, 3-step drop by Strouser. He had nobody to throw it to, and then he has there was all sorts of pressure that bypassed him. Then just at the end of the play here, Rayan caught up with him, ball was on the ground. Martinez saved the day.
Well, at least there wasn't any additional loss on the play. Martinez got it back to the line of scrimmage, the 14. 3rd down and 11. Preston Beard up the middle on the draw, and he is free to the 40, the 45, trying to get past the tackler. Breaks off to the side, to the 40. He's to the 30, still breaking loose, and he's got one more tackler between him and the end zone, and it's that one tackler who brings him down, and it is Armstead Tucker, a 165-pound junior. What a carry by Preston Beard on the draw play.
Well, I think what Southview is trying to do is spread Rayan out, and then the nice save call is the draw, and this spreading of Rayan out takes away their linebackers because of the man coverage, and there's not enough people in there to take care of the running back.
1st and 10 for the Southview Saints on the Tigers' 18-yard line. 5 minutes, 45 seconds remaining in the second quarter play. And a fumble on the play. Martinez jumps on it. It'll be a loss back to about the 22-yard line. Loss of 5 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 15.
And I don't know if this is the theme. We'll see if it continues. A one-back set. Spread Youngstown ran out. Everybody's got man coverage on the receivers. And then they're going to run the ball after they spread people. And Southview at that point in time, it also showed some motion. Play never materialized because Martinez fumbled.
Oh, shit went the wrong way. Oh.
On the 2nd and 15. Strouser hands off this time to
Man, good job, Jones.
James Hamilton.
Jones.
Hamilton gets the ball back to the original line of scrimmage, a pickup of 5 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 10.
Split backs, 2 receivers, 1 at the top, 2 at the bottom, and then Southview goes back to what they opened up the game with, was the running and the trapping in between the tackles. Good defensive job by Rand this time. So big play here, 3rd and a bundle.
Okay, I'll get Bobby here.
Strouser looking to pass, and incomplete. The intended receiver, Brandon Neely.
Get Bobby here. Bobby here for practice.
Southview tried to boot to the top of the screen. They had an offset fullback and a tailback. Will Torres is down here at the bottom. They were going to Brandon Neely at the top. The play just never materialized because of the up-front people of Rand.
All right, Southview Saints with a 4th down situation and a timeout on the field. Big play coming up now for the Southview Saints on the 4th and 10. Hamilton in motion. Strouser to pass. Up the middle and in the hands of Brandon Neely, as we're going to have a 1st and goal for the Southview Saints. The ball on the 3-yard line.
I don't know how Robert Strauss completed that pass because he didn't step into his throw. Run and shoot look, the Admiral King look. 2 wideouts, 2 slot backs, and Robert Strauss with 3-step drop and just a kind of a short post or a short curl to Brandon Neely. But he didn't step into his throw, but still a completion.
To give to Jeremiah Martinez in the end zone. Touchdown. Jeremiah Martinez rushing on the year. 481 yards on 71 carries and a 5.3 average. Scoring 6 touchdowns. Make it now 7 touchdowns and 42 points.
I formation, tight end and flanker at the bottom of the screen. I'll tell you who ended up being a critical block was Brandon Neely at the flanker because he stalked the corner and Martinez ran in between the corner and the tight end.
Brandon Neely holding. Crumley will attempt the extra point. Good up in the air. A much better kick this time around. And with in the 2nd quarter of play, the Southview Saints on top by a score of 13. It should be 14, shouldn't? Wasn't that a good extra point kick?
We've had 2
14,
good.
there it goes, 14-0. Well, we're going to see a different kicker now for the Southview Saints as the older brother, Kyle Crumley, big 76, kicks the ball out of bounds. Maybe they ought to put younger brother Brett back in there, unless something happened to Brett.
I think younger brother may be smirking just a little bit at older brother because that was out from the get-go, which allows Youngstown Raven to get very favorable field position at the 35.
1st and 10, absolutely. When the ball goes out of bounds on a kickoff, it's automatically brought out to the 35.
You think
now, is it automatically, John, or does the offensive or receiving team
they've got a choice, but my God,
hey, why not?
Why not? 35 yards looks pretty good. Although both returns by Raven have not been bad.
4-15.
And an illegal procedure type
Yes.
of call against the Southview Saints.
35 for the Tigers.
So why is the ball still staying at the 35?
Unless the illegal procedure is the fact that
okay.
the ball went out of bounds. Okay.
Right. Absolutely.
1st and 10 for Youngstown. Ronnie Lampkin, the quarterback, to pass and a flag. Passing over to the far side. The receiver on the play, Taryn Holland. Tackle made by Edwin Vargas.
Now, there was a flag thrown in this play, and I don't think it's on the cut blocks that Youngstown Raven did. It was 3-step drop, split backs, 2 receivers, top of the screen. And Raven has done this well. They threw just a quick hitch Quick pass out to the wide receiver at the top of the screen, and this quarterback can throw the ball. I don't know why they're not using him more often.
Every time we go, they didn't get enough.
Now, are they? Did they call for procedure?
All right, procedure is the call against Youngstown. So on that gain of 10 yards or more, it would have been a first down for the Tigers. Instead, it's going to be first down and 15.
And I'll tell you what, to go off of that, Ron, the quick hitch and then the hitch and go. This quarterback looks like he has an arm.
No, he wasn't.
Ball is now on the 30-yard line. From the shotgun, Lampkin coming over to the near side and connects with Justin Armini. Armini completes the reception at just inside the 40-yard line. Brandon Neely covering on the play for Southview.
All right, they had shotgun, split backs, 2 receivers at the top of the screen, 1 down at the bottom. They went short hitch to the top of the screen. They came down here and just a short little hitch to the bottom. 2 completions. Now do something off of that. Let's see what Rain can get going to get back in this ballgame.
Gain of 10 yards on the play. It's second down and 5. 2nd and 5. Again from the shotgun. Lampkin looking to pass over to the far side. And both Taryn Holland and Brandon Neely going up for the ball, and neither one could just get a handle on it.
Guess what? I called the play. First play at the top of the screen was a hitch. Second play down the bottom of the screen was a hitch. This play, split backs, shotgun. They went hitch and go. But Brandon Neely, we have said before, is a nice athlete. He had an inside relationship to the flanker. Ball was a little bit underthrown, and actually the receiver almost had a shot for the ball coming down, but Brandon Neely did a nice job defensively.
3rd down and 5. 3:09 remaining in the second quarter. And a bad snap over the head of Lampkin. He gets it, though, and throws it upfield. As for the Southview Saints, James Hamilton was converging on Lampkin.
Good presence of mind by the Rain quarterback, because he got that ball on the rebound and really didn't have any chance to throw it to anybody with the defender coming down upon him, and just threw the ball away. So good play by the quarterback after a disastrous result.
Willie Tillman and Brandon Neely, deep receivers for the Southview Saints on the punt, and a flag.
They're going to call illegal substitution again, which this is the 3rd time that we've seen. There are 12 people on the field, and then there's not a kid getting out quickly enough, which would be confusing to the defense. So they're going to call illegal substitution. If you're going to substitute, you quickly get off the field so you don't confuse the defenders on who they have to defend.
Well, from the 40-yard line and a 4th and 5, now we've got the ball just inside the 35-yard line and a 4th and 10. Low snap picked up, and a good high boot lands on the 35 and takes a good Tiger bounce, and finally is down back on the 25, where Southview will take over. 1st and 10. With 2 minutes 51 seconds remaining in the second quarter, it's Southview 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line, and Strouser gives to Preston Beard. Beard picks up maybe a yard on the play. He just couldn't break free from a host of Tiger tacklers. Leading the charge, Eddie Klinkscale.
Connor Trey again, 2 receivers at the top of the screen. The inside slot goes down to motion here. Connor Trey, Rain did a nice job. Southview no huddle, right back up on the ball.
Preston Beard in motion. The pitch goes back to Jeremiah Martinez, looking for running room on the far side. He's not going to make it. Get thrown for a loss back to about the 24-yard line. Abdul Jordan making the stop for the Tigers.
Okay, single back set for Southview, looking to exploit the secondary, and they tried to sweep to the top of the screen, and Abdul Jordan did a nice job.
Loss of 3 yards on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and 11. Clock continues to run with 1 minute 50 seconds remaining. Southview on top, 14-0. on the draw play. The give is to Martinez. Martinez gets the ball to the 35-yard line, and apparently it came loose, but the officials blew the ball dead. Troy Davis making the tackle. Vincent Tarver picking up the ball and running with it, thinking that he might have had a chance, but such was not to be the case for the Youngstown Raven Tigers.
The Raven coaches had it called up there. They were calling a draw out of the split backs before it was even run. But I'll tell you what, the reason why the draw worked for Southview is that the Raven defensive linemen are getting too far upfield and losing continuity between each inside and outside man. If you're going to contain a runner, don't give the runner running lanes on draw situations.
Gain of 10 yards on the play. They had a 3rd and 11. It's now 4th and 1, and it looks like the Southview Saints with 1:25.
I disagree.
They're going for, and we
we
have a Tiger in the neutral zone. John Buggs will give the Southview Saints a first down.
The reason why I disagree with Southview on this call, if in fact it was going to be a run play and they were going to go for it, you're up 2 scores with 1:22 left in the second quarter. Why chance a failure at that point and allow Rain to get back into the ballgame? But guess what? They knew Rain was going to go offsides.
Unless they were just going to go up there, John, and let the clock run down and have a
that one we'll never know.
delay of game penalty call.
Could have been.
Then punt the ball.
Could have been, sure.
But like you say, we'll never know. Anyway, the Southview Saints have the ball, 1st and 10 from their own 39. Strouser back to pass, coming over to the near side. Brandon Neely breaks away from one tackler. He's to the 40, still on his feet, and going to the far side, to the 35, and finally brought down at about the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Southview Saints with 1 minute and 3 seconds remaining. Making the tackle, Armstead Tucker.
How many times, and we'll get back to it, but this is going to be no huddle again, but that play was a bootleg pass. Preston Brandon Neely was the recipient.
And he is a fucking fog again, man.
Strouser back to pass again, coming over to the near side. Brandon Neely, the intended receiver, broken up in there by Jason Stewart. It'll be 2nd down and 10 with 55 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Missed opportunity by Rain. Run and shoot look, 2 wideouts, 2 slots, bootlegged the bottom of the screen, throwing the same receiver as they did before. And I don't think Brandon Neely was looking quick enough for the ball. The cornerback who was covering Neely had a better shot at that ball. If he'd have stepped in front of the receiver, it was 6 the other way.
Draw.
On the 2nd down and 10. Strouser back to pass. Up the middle, the intended receiver for the Saints, James Thompson, incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Okay. 2 receivers here at the bottom, but the tight end, who was James Thompson, was split out about 3 or 4 yards in a stand-up position. All he did was run just a quick up, and Robert Strouser should have had him, threw behind him. Otherwise, that would have been a first down situation for Southview after this play. But Strouser did not hit him.
4 seconds on that play, 51 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Brandon Neely in motion, coming to the near side. Strouser back to pass, looking for a receiver, being chased, and will be thrown for a loss. Troy Davis making the stop for the Tigers, and a big loss for the Southview Saints as the clock continues to run with 30 seconds remaining in the first half. And a big 4th down situation. No doubt they'll go for it, though.
They were looking for Will Torres going through the middle of the secondary, and Robert Strouser didn't have enough time because Troy Davis brought him down. Great defensive play, ran.
Back him up. Back him up. That's got to be delayed game, dog.
10 seconds and the clock winding down. Strouser to Preston Beard. Beard looking to pass. He's still got the ball. He's running over to the far side. He'll run out the clock. He's to the 40. He's to the 35. And finally downed at about the 34-yard line. And that's the end of the first half of play. By 14-0. And we'll be back with the start of the second half right after this timeout for impressions.
Your one-stop place for something really special is Impressions, corner of Oberlin Avenue and Tower Boulevard. T-shirts and sweatshirts personally designed to your specific needs. Anything from bears, trains to zebras, and specially designed hats as well. And don't forget Impressions, your one-stop spot for school jackets. See Dave, the designer expert at Impressions, Oberlin Avenue at Tower Boulevard, right here in Lorain.
We're at George Daniels Stadium, and Ronnie Lampkin kicking off for the Tigers. The ball rolling down to about the 18-yard line, picked up by Brandon Neely. Brings it up a few yards for the Southview Saints, where they will take over 1st and 10. The ball on about the 18.
I don't after the kickoff, I didn't see anybody Southview-wise from the middle of the field down here to the bottom of the screen. Brandon Neely was naked. I don't know if they had a return right and everybody peeled that way, but Brandon had no help.
Actually, he picked the ball up at the 13. We indicated 18. 13, advanced at 5 yards on the kickoff return. 1st and 10 from the 18. And a give up the middle. Maybe picks up about a yard on the play at most.
Well, Ronnie, I'm going to correct you. You know what that was? That was a drop snap. There was no handoff. Hey, it's cold out there, and boy, sometimes the quarterback doesn't reach in for that ball because he had no chance to hand it off. He collected his own drop ball.
Well, I have the disadvantage of having a light pole directly in my line of vision.
That's why I didn't wait and picked it up on you.
Thank you. What a team. Loss of a yard on the play, 2nd down and 11. This time the give by Strouser is to Preston Beard. Breaks away from a tackler, gets the ball up to the 30-yard line. And that could be a 1st down for the Southview Saints. John Buggs making the tackle for the Tigers.
All right, split backs in the backfield for Southview. Cross, buck, trap. The right half came to us. The left half was Preston Beard. He came over the top. They've had success running it most of the night, and they moved the chains. Good call for Southview.
1st and 10 for the Saints from their own 30-yard line. Brandon Neely in motion, coming over to the near side. Strouser hands off to Jeremiah Martinez. No gain on the play, maybe a loss of about a foot. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Tackle made by Buggs again.
We were looking for a 65 possibly, but he's not on the roster. Halftimes are about adjustments, and I think the Rand coaches says, listen, this inside running game for Southview is killing us. They did an inside trap, netted nothing, so the linemen stayed at home, didn't get upfield. Good job, Rand.
On the 2nd down, pass play, intended receiver James Thompson couldn't hang on. Jason Stewart covering on the play for the Tigers. Incomplete pass. It'll be 3rd down and 10.
James Thompson was at the top of the screen. He's a tight end, was still a tight end by that formation, but he was flexed out and he was upright in a 2-point stance. He simply went up the field. The Rayan coaches up here are very upset that that ball wasn't picked off. It was a one-man pattern at the top of the screen.
Brandon Neely in motion. Strouser hands off on the draw play. The ball carrier, Preston Beard, and the tackle made by Jason Stewart. It'll bring a 4th down situation, pickup of about 5 yards on the play, 4th and 5, and a punting situation for the Southview Saints. Brett Crumley will be punting back on his 20-yard line.
Looked like Southview was trying to catch Rayan with a 3rd and 5, or I'm sorry, it ended up being 4th and 5, but they with a draw lead, and Rand has done a nice job for us in the punt.
Deep receiver for the Tigers, Taryn Holland. High punt. Coming down. Rolls dead on about the 39-yard line, where the Tigers will take over 1st and 10 from their own 39. Lampkin hands off to his fullback or make that the tailback. Tackle made by Preston Beard. 9 yards pickup on the play for the Tigers, and that'll be a 2nd down and 1.
Rain has shown a formation that Southview shows. Offset fullback to the top of the screen. They ran a 17 off tackle, gave it to the tailback, fullback kicks out, backside guard pulls. Nice 9-yard running play.
And we've got movement in the backfield and on the line, and that will bring the ball back 5 more yards for the Tigers.
How many times have we seen Rain tonight in critical situations? I mean, here was a 2nd and 1. There have been other first down, 3rd and a couple for a first down. They've just shot themselves in the foot all night.
Now they've got a 2nd and 6. Ball back on their own 41-yard line. We are in the early moments of the 3rd quarter. 8 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Southview leading in this ball game 14-0. Lampkin back to pass and connects with Justin Armini. Armini could have had a first down had he kept going straight ahead, but like you've said so often, John, that east-west movement just doesn't make it like the north-south does.
Hey, and you can't fault the effort. He's looking for the extra yards, but sometimes the best solution, just a quick slant. The quarterback pumped once and waited for the receiver to clear at the top of the screen. Hey, just continue on forward and the sticks go. But now it's a critical one. 3rd and a couple here. 3rd and 1.
Armini picking up the 5 yards they lost on the penalty. 3rd and 1, like John indicated. And the give this time for the first down and running is Ty Lindsay. Ty Lindsay in the backfield for the Tigers. Knocked out of bounds over on the far side around the 39-yard line. In on the stop for the Saints, Steve Ridnour, the 210-pound junior linebacker.
Okay, Rayan has come back with the play that they ran, not with the quick post on the previous play, this 17. And they picked up 9 yards 2 plays ago, and they moved the sticks here. So they have found something on their left, Southview's defensive right side.
Now in a tailback, Ty Lindsay. He seems to be limping, but the ball goes and a pass play to Taryn Holland. Holland breaking up the middle. May have picked up another first down for the Tigers, as a host of Southview Saints in on the tackle. And the official indicates first down.
Okay, I don't think we've seen this formation yet tonight. Double tight, double flanker, single back. Quarterback 3-step drop, hits Armini at the top of the bottom of the screen here on just a real short hitch, and then he takes it to the interior. They're moving the flags again.
The give this time is to the tailback, again, Ty Lindsay, who he was approaching his position from the huddle, was limping to the position. Tackle made by James Hamilton.
You know what, Ron, and I point to James Hamilton. I don't think he initially or ended up getting the final tackle, but I'll tell you what, from his defensive left end position, he came upfield, and when the quarterback gave the ball to the tailback, there was a meeting of the tailback and James Hamilton. Nice play, defensive left end.
Loss of 2 yards on the play, 2nd down and 12. Lampkin passing and completed. Justin Armini with the reception. Making the tackle, Edwin Vargas for the Southview Saints. Big gain on the play of about 9 yards. It's going to be 2nd down and 1.
Edwin Vargas is the corner at the top of the screen. Armini was the receiver at the top of the screen. Just not even a post, a slant. Nice throw, quarterback, receiver, top of the screen.
Lampkin hands off this time again to Ty Lindsay. Lindsay did not pick up the first down. Host of tacklers for the Southview Saints. Joe Spahn in on the stop.
And Rayan went back to what I'm calling a 17. Double down with the tackle and the tight end, kick out with the fullback, pull the backside guard. And sometimes when you go to the well too often, why not come back and run a 16 at the other side of the formation? Because Southview was ready for that play.
And I stand corrected. They did make the first down. Ty Lindsay picked up the necessary yardage for the first down. The ball is on the 17-yard line, 1st and 10.
Got it.
Lindsay again the ball carrier. This time he's going to be brought down from behind and gets up to the line of scrimmage. Preston Beard making the tackle. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Well, Rain continues to go to the top of the screen. Preston Beard from his outside linebacker spot, one-on-one tackle. Did a nice job. I can't remember in the first half Rain attacking this particular side of Southview's defense. Let's see what they do now. Basically, it's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 from the 18. Clock continues to run with 5 minutes and 25 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Lampkin to pass. Incomplete.
Right.
I do believe incomplete.
And it's the same scenario. Edwin Vargas, pro look, tight end and flanker at the bottom of the screen. Armini to split in the top of the screen, just a quick slant. And Edwin Vargas has seen enough of this that he's tried to put it. I mean, he reacted to that immediately.
On the incomplete pass, 3rd and 10 now for the Tigers. A big play for them. Of course, they're deep enough that if they don't make it on the 3rd down, they'll try with the 4th down play. Lampkin back, looking to pass, comes over to the near side. The intended receiver, again, Justin Armini. And covering on the play for the Saints, Brandon Neely. Incomplete pass, 4th down and 10.
Great play, Brandon Neely. It was trips to the bottom of the screen. 3 receivers, a single back. The quarterback, Ronnie Lampkin, was rolling out to get away from the pressure. Southview was blitzing 2 linebackers. And he had a shoulder square and threw a nice pass to the outside receiver of Rayan, but Brandon Neely broke that ball up nicely without having pass interference called on him.
On the critical play now for the Tigers, 4th and 10, Lampkin, and a flag is down. Lampkin looking to pass, and no good. The receiver, Taryn Holland, and the official right on the play saying that he trapped the ball. Covering on the play for the Southview Saints, Willie Tillman, but we'll see what the flag is over on the far side at the line of scrimmage.
They're talking to Southview, I think. Brandon Neely, I think, is one of the captains. Trips to the bottom of the screen, quarterback rolled out, through to the inside receiver. Looks like they called an offsides.
Offsides against Youngstown.
Right.
Now, apparently the flag went before the play got underway, so there's no choice. A dead ball foul, correct.
They just didn't stop it soon enough. But on the trips play, same play as previously, so now you've got 4th and 15. Rand's going to go at it again. They're rolling the quarterback out. He didn't hit his outside receiver this time. He hit his inside receiver. I thought it was a nice reception, but the referee's a lot closer, and I'm sure that he trapped the ball.
Taryn Holland split wide to the right. Justin Armini also split wide to the right. Lampkin coming back to pass, being chased, drops the ball, kicks the ball, and lands on it, and it's going to be Southview's ball. Lampkin, just in his efforts to try to get the ball away to one of his receivers, probably hit it with his own knee.
Sure, I think he did. Here's an Admiral King look, except it's a little bit different. Rayan had nobody in the backfield except for the quarterback and a shotgun. There were 3 receivers at the top of the screen, 2 receivers at the bottom. There's no sense talking about the routes because the snap was bad and the quarterback had no chance, but as he was running to escape the defensive end, Nick Henderson, the ball hit his knee, and that was the end of that play.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Southview Saints. The ball on their own 37-yard line. Make it the 36. Strouser hands off to Jeremiah Martinez. Breaks away from one tackle. Picks up a 1st down and out of bounds at about the 46-yard line. Johnny Jones covering for the Tigers.
Johnny Jones on a game-saving tackle. Eye slot. Two backs in the backfield for Southview. They came to the short side, so the tight end, James Hamilton, did a nice job on blocking. Martinez goes along the sidelines, and for a moment there, looks like he was going to go all the way, but the defender from Lorain did a nice job, game-saving tackle.
From the 46, 1st and 10. Strouser again hands off to Martinez. Gets across the mid-stripe and into Tiger territory before being dropped by Sean Robinson.
Okay, Jeremiah Martinez, they've got the offset fullback, isolation between the tackles, isolation meaning fullback lead with the fullback on the linebacker, and Martinez just kind of picks his way there. He's just kind of shifty. He just kind of goes with the flow.
Gain of 5 yards on the play, 2nd down and 5 from the Tigers' 49-yard line. In motion is Brandon Neely, stops, goes back. And the give is this time, I do believe, to James Hamilton.
Right.
Hamilton picks up a couple of yards on the play.
And James Hamilton has been the blocker of this series. Preston Beard is taking the break. And the play before, here comes Preston Beard now. But James Hamilton before was the ISO blocker. This time he got the ball on the dive. And it's 3rd and about 3.
Gain of 2. 3 minutes, 45 seconds. Clock continues to run here in the 3rd quarter. Southview leading 14-0.
I'm going to call Southview here on a boot.
And we've got another defensive lineman, Justin Williams, a 235-pound senior, coming into the neutral zone. And that, again, will give the Southview Saints a 1st down.
Why call a boot when you can get it?
Well, let's put it this way. The Tigers booted that one.
Oh, here we go. The Tigers booted. Very good. I knew you'd give me one tonight. But it's just, these are just kids. And, you feel bad for them when they make these mistakes. But on that mistake, Southview had just gotten down their stance. And the Lorain kids are just coming across the line. I mean, you're not even getting quarterback a chance to make a call.
1st and 10 from the Tigers' 42-yard line. Strouser back to pass over to the far side, and Brandon Neely just couldn't hang on to it. On the incompleted pass, it's going to be 2nd and 10.
We have seen this all year, timing pattern between Robert Strouser, the split backfield, Brandon Neely in an inside slot. We're the top of the screen, and all Brandon Neely on 1st and 10 does, good call, just does a 5-yard square out, hoping that he can catch that short square out, and then with his athleticism get something out of it, but you got to catch the ball first.
On the incomplete pass, the clock stopped with 3:13 remaining, 3rd quarter. On the crossbuck, the give is to Preston Beard. Beard breaks away and gets the ball across the 35-yard line. It'll be close to a 1st down. Tackle made by Jubert Young.
Okay, inside trap, split backs, left half is Preston Beard. Robert Strouser completely spins around. Left guard Joe Spahn is trapping. And I'm going to tell you what, Preston Beard at that left halfback made the linebacker miss because he did a spin drill. Nice job for a 220-pound man.
3rd down and 2 from the 34, and Jeremiah Martinez picking up the 1st down for the Southview Saints. Tackle made by Perry Braxton. The ball will be spotted on the 29, 1st and 10 for the Southview Saints.
I backfield instead of split backs. Preston Beard's the fullback. Isolation. Isolation means that Preston Beard is going to find the inside linebacker for Lorain, and Jeremiah Martinez is going to follow behind the fullback. Nice job, tandem running backs for Southview.
The give this time is to James Hamilton. Comes in to give Beard a break. Hamilton getting up to the 25-yard line. Pick up a 4. Tackle made by Sean Robinson. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
Connor Trey blocking. James Hamilton comes in and is one of the running backs. And Connor Trey, once again, if it was to the right, it was the left guard and the left tackle that are pulling. And James Hamilton is coming underneath their blocks.
can't get there when they go turn. They walk out of trade.
In motion, James Hamilton. The pitch is to Jeremiah Martinez. Martinez just couldn't break away. The tackle made by John Buggs.
One back set for Southview. And what they're trying to do usually when Martinez is back there by himself is give him this quick toss in this one back set, and he came down to the bottom of the screen, and John Buggs made a nice one-on-one tackle to bring down Jeremiah Martinez.
No gain on the play. 3rd down and 6.
I'm going to call the boot again.
Preston Beard back in the lineup, in motion. Strouser back to pass, and he is hit as he lets the ball go, and in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Matt Tyler.
And Sean Robinson, number 54, is the reason why this play is incomplete. He put Robert Strouser on the ground with the boot that went to the top of the screen, and Southview was trying to throw to the tight end, number 85, who should have caught it and just simply did not.
4th and 6 for the Southview Saints. The ball on the Tigers' 25-yard line. Preston Beard in at tailback. Brandon Neely in motion. Strouser back to pass. Over to the far side. Grabbed by Neely. Neely gets the ball up to the 20-yard line. May not be enough. Johnny Jones on the tackle for the Tigers.
Brandon Neely started down here at the bottom of the screen, went into motion to 2 receivers at the top of the screen. He took the square out route that he normally does from the split end, but he took it from the slot position after he'd motioned the top of the screen. Nice catch, nice throw, but
not enough yardage for the first down.
Right.
As the Tigers hold and take over possession of the ball, 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
That's a good job, Youngstown Raven.
Clock is stopped momentarily with 37 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter. And again, I have the disadvantage of a light pole directly in front of me, and I do believe the ball carrier in this particular case was Ty Lindsay, and the tackle made by Lee Skanicki.
Now, how did you see that?
No gain on the play.
How did you see that with all that, with the pole right in front of you?
Well, I kind of leaned over towards you to see around the pole and noticed Lindsay getting up.
Lee Skanicki, defensive left tackle. Or I'm sorry, defensive right tackle, came from underneath the blocks. They were trying to block back on him. He took care of it.
All right, that's the end of the 3rd quarter of play, and the score remains Southview 14, Youngstown Raven nothing. We'll be back with the start of the 4th quarter right after this timeout for First Federal Savings of Lorain.
Since 1921, your hometown financial professionals at First Federal Savings of Lorain have dedicated themselves to meeting the financial needs of their customers and surrounding communities. They offer a wide variety of financial investments as well as home mortgages to meet your every need. Loans on cars, boats, mobile homes, and other worthwhile purchases are also available. Whatever your financial need, First Federal Savings of Lorain is ready to help. 6 convenient locations to serve you in Lorain, Huron, Sandusky, and Port Clinton, with a 7th office opening soon in Avon. First Federal Savings of Lorain is an equal housing lender and FDIC insured.
All right, 4th and final quarter action now ready to get underway with the Tigers in possession of the ball. 2nd down and 10 from their own 20-yard line, and a pass play. The intended receiver for the Tigers, Taryn Holland, overthrown, incomplete. 3rd down and 10.
Oh, boy, I'll tell you what, beautifully set up on a 1st and 10 play, double tight, eye backfield, flanker down here at the bottom. They had the top, Southview had the top outside linebacker, 44, James Thompson, blitzing. And what the quarterback did was fake that 17 down here to the bottom, booted it out to the top, but let the fullback come out to the flat at the top of the screen. They had everybody bit on the run. And, gosh, quarterback just had to make that completion. The fullback still be running. Incomplete pass.
Why do we keep Don't tell him no getting that shot.
From the shotgun, Lampkin gets the ball, looking to pass over to the far side. The receiver intended, Justin Armini, again overthrown. It's going to be 4th and 10, and no doubt a punting situation for the Tigers.
Ronnie, I'm going to tell you that the shotgun that Rayan is using, it's disconcerting to the quarterback because he can't get a decent snap right in his chest area so he can watch the receiver, because the square out receiver Armini at the top of the screen was open. He just can't get it there, and I think the bad snaps are, throwing the timing off.
Lampkin will be doing the punting for the Tigers, standing back on his own 9-yard line. Brandon Neely, deep receiver for the Southview Saints, along with Terrence Beard.
The rule in the city is you can't give the kid a day off.
And a good snap, almost blocked in there by Southview's Will Torres. And we've got Brandon Neely. I don't know if he managed to touch the ball, but obviously not going to take a chance was Terrence Beard as he dropped on it immediately, if not sooner, covering for the Tigers, Eddie Clinkscale.
Now, you know what? Both ends of the football, I don't think Rayan back here on the punt sends their person back deep enough, which usually is 12 yards. Maybe the snapper can't get that ball there. But then Brandon Neely here at the other end called for a fair catch. I don't think it touched him, but he called for the fair catch, walked away from it. Everybody got excited, but he didn't touch the ball.
All right, 1st and 10 for Southview. The ball on their own 37-yard line. The pitch goes to Jeremiah Martinez across the 40, the 45, the 50, and out of bounds as he gets just over the 50-yard line in Tiger territory, making the stop on Martinez, Tony Mozzie.
Okay, 2 receivers at the top of the screen. James Thompson comes in motion to the bottom, split backs, just a quick pitch to Jeremiah Martinez. And he doesn't look like he's going very fast, but he must be doing something because those chains are moving. Nice play, Jeremiah Martinez on the quick pitch.
1st and 10. And we have an equipment adjustment taking place right now for the Tigers. All set to go. 11:33 remaining in the ball game. Neely in motion, coming over to the near side. Strouser to pass, looking for a receiver. Up the middle to Will Torres, the intended receiver. During the season up to this game, Torres with 18 receptions, 331 yards, and an 18.4 yard average per reception. On the incomplete pass, 2nd and 10.
I thought it was a mistake by Robert Strouser. It was a quick post by Will Torres after Brandon Neely had gone in motion to give a pro split back look, and he should have thrown the trigger, thrown the ball sooner because Torres was open. Incomplete pass.
Strouser now hands off to Martinez. Martinez to the 35, the 30. He's to the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Jeremiah Martinez.
Split backs, receiver at the top, tight end receiver at the top, split end down at the bottom. They did that swing around look by Strouser and gave it back to Martinez. Kyle Crumley, the right guard, got the trap on the defensive tackle. Martinez is in the secondary, used his split end as a screen, and then goes into the end zone. Good call, good run by Southview.
That is the 2nd touchdown tonight for Martinez. Neely doing the holding. Brett Crumley kicking the extra point. Good kick. And the Southview Saints, minutes, 18 seconds remaining in the ball game, now leading by 21 points. Crumley kicking off for the Southview Saints. And a good kick picked up by the Tigers. Tony Mozzie, and a loose ball.
We try to pick it up and run with it.
Southview players are saying it's ours, but the Rayan coaches up here are saying we've got it.
You know, while we're getting ready for Rayan to open up the 4th quarter here, Admiral King next week against Southview is going to have to contend with this trapping game with Joe Spahn and Kyle Crumley doing the trapping with either Martinez or Beard or sometimes Hamilton running that ball on the inside. So it's something that Admiral King is going to have to work on because Martinez ran that ball, what, a good 50 yards?
50-yard touchdown by Martinez for his second tonight, and that gives him 8 touchdowns on the season. He is now tied with Preston Beard for high-scoring honors.
Balanced scoring.
Both with 48 points. And the quarterback, Ronnie Lampkin, keeping the ball. Tackle made by Lee Skanicki. A gain of about 6 yards on the play. The ball on the 35-yard line. It's 2nd down and 4.
First time Rayan has shown this. I wasn't looking at the set, so I can't tell you how they lined up. It was an option, and they picked up 6 yards on it. And, you know, when you've got these shifty quarterbacks, why wait till the 4th quarter to show an option, which is one of the most potent plays in high school football?
Lampkin back to pass, and the intended receiver, it hit the ground first. It hit the ground first. Justin Armini, despite the Rayan coaches up here in the press box, it definitely hit the ground first. Incomplete pass. It's 3rd down and 4.
And you know what? Just from our point of view, it looked like it was a complete pass to Armini, the split end down here at the bottom. But the quarterback, Ronnie Lampkin, throwing the football, it's like he's throwing back on his back heel. He's not leaning into his throw to get a little bit more oomph on the ball, and it looks like his balls are being thrown behind the receivers. So mechanically, he's not doing the things that he should do to get the ball to the receiver.
On the 3rd and 4. Big play for the Tigers. Lampkin back to pass again. Going over to the far side and thrown beyond the reach of his intended receiver, Taryn Holland. Incomplete pass. It'll be 4th and 4.
You know, as well as he throws this ball, when he sets up and steps into his throw, for the last 2 or 3 series in the split backs, receiver, the top and bottom of the screen as wideouts, Rayan is always looking for the square outs. Why not come back into the field with the curls or something like that, or these hitches, because the outs haven't been connected, so why not invert the ball in instead of taking it out? I disagree with the routes that are being called for Rayan's receivers.
The Tigers are going forth on 4th and 4. Lampkin looking to pass again, throwing downfield. It's going to be an incomplete pass to Justin Armini. And wondering if that's a white flag or
I think it's
some
just
kind of a marker.
Piece of litter.
Piece of litter over there on the
Right.
far side of the field on the 35. Anyway, it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Southview Saints, and they'll have excellent field position on the Tigers' 35-yard line with 10 minutes and 13 seconds remaining in the ball game. This is Friday, October 22nd, John. Tomorrow night, October 23rd, on a Saturday, the World Series begins with the Yankees and the Braves. Who are you picking?
Well, I'm like a lot of people in Cleveland. I hate the Yankees, so we can't beat them, and I'm not going to join them. So I'll go with the Atlanta Braves and just hope they pick a good manager and let the Indians keep on rolling.
Preston Beard, the ball carrier, picks up about 4 yards on the play. Ball spotted on the 31-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Well, just to be different, I'll take the Yankees.
Okay, we got them covered.
And we'll see what happens when we come back for our final football game next week, Friday. It shouldn't be over, but we'll have a good indication who may take it all. Preston Beard, the ball carrier, again loses the ball, and it's recovered by the Tigers.
Okay, split backs, quick pitch to Preston Beard, and he made a nice adjustment on the run. He had a kick-out blocker. He went inside the kick-out blocker, but then somebody from the inside must have hit an elbow because he coughed up the football.
Johnny Jones recovering the loose ball for the Tigers. They got it back now, 1st and 10, the ball on their own 26-yard line.
Ron, if the quarterback, Ronnie Lampkin, Lampkin, would, on this bootleg pass that he runs, square his shoulders up and step into his throw. There have been at least 2 times in this game that he's had wide open receivers, but mechanically he's not doing his mechanics to get the ball where he wants it.
Lampkin to pass. Incomplete. The intended receiver, Justin Armini. And it's going to be 2nd and 10.
And there's another example. Here's a right-handed quarterback stepping back on a 3-step, but when he's throwing the ball to Armini, the split end down here at the bottom, he's not stepping to his throw, so he's bringing that arm and just whipping it around. And what he's doing, it's like a baseball sailing. It's going behind the receiver. He's not stepping and coming over the top and stepping where he needs to throw the football.
I was going to say Armini had to reach back for it and just couldn't do it with his forward motion.
It's all in the mechanics.
Lampkin again looking to pass, keeping the ball. He's going to run, and he's going to be tackled back on the 29-yard line. He may have picked up a couple of yards on the play. Nick Henderson, the 200-pound senior defensive end, making the stop for the Southview Saints. Pickup of 2. It's going to be 3rd down and 8 for the Tigers.
And you know what we've talked about, or you've alluded to in the opening shows, we haven't seen Southview play a bad game yet here at home. And, Nick Henderson's an example, Preston Beard, Joe Spahn, Kyle Crumley, James Hamilton, Steve Yates. They have a nice defense. It's got speed, and Joe Ridenauer. And then we hear some of these blowouts, so either Southview's playing some outstanding offensive teams, or they're not coming to play on certain games.
From the shotgun, Lampkin attempts to throw to his receiver, Justin Armini. Again, just a low pass, and Armini couldn't grab it.
And you know what? This time, I'm not going to blame Ronnie Lampkin. Everything he's doing is throwing with his arm. And that time he had to, because he was flushed in the split backs in a shotgun look. But Armini should have had that ball, because you know what? When you catch a football, you never let it touch your shoulder pads. You catch it with your hands and then tuck it into an armpit. And he did not do that. Incomplete pass.
4th down and 8. Lampkin will punt back on his 18-yard line. Low snap, picks it up off the ground, gets it away.
Look at Mozzie.
Ball lands on the 48 and rolls out of bounds at the 40-yard line, where the Southview Saints will take over. 1st and 10. Southview's ball, 1st and 10 from their own 40. Neely in motion. On the crossbuck, the give is to Jeremiah Martinez. Martinez gets forward to about the 41, 42-yard line. Tackle made by Justin Williams. A gain of 2 yards. It will be 2nd down and 8. You were talking about Southview's team defensively, looking at their situation offensively, John, coming into tonight's game. They've rushed for a total of 1,094 yards. Completed passes worth 968 yards for a total offense of 2,062 yards. But they've only scored 175 points, averaging 21.9 per game. Jeremiah Martinez, the ball carrier, gets the 1st down and a flag. Tackle made by Sean Robinson. We'll see what the flag is all about. But on the other hand, defensively speaking, the Southview Saints have given up 215 points, or 26.9 points per game.
Well, this is my point. We can only speak for the games that we've seen. But I'm going to tell you, with this crew of kids here for the Southview Saints, there is some talent. There is no question about it, what you see here. So when you give up a figure that you said, 215 points that they've given up, I mean, that is quite a lot, and there are some kids out there that can flat out play some football. But we haven't seen the blowouts. We've only seen good, solid football every time that we've seen them. So they're kind of an enigma.
Yeah. Face mask is the call against the Tigers. Southview now has the ball 1st and 10 from the Tigers 35. Little mix-up in the backfield as Jeremiah Martinez took the handoff from Strouser and ran right into him. Loss of about 3 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 13. In on the stop, Armstead Tucker.
Counter tray blocking out of split backs. The technique is that if you're going to run the ball to the left side of the line at the top of the screen is going to block down, and the right side of the line is going to pull and come around. But if you do not get enough push from the top of the screen down, the play is destroyed at its beginnings. That's what happened there.
Now in the backfield, Willie Tillman for the Southview Saints. Loose ball. And we'll wait to see as they unpile as to who's got possession.
Rain
Tigers are indicating that they've got it.
Well,
But the official, and he's the one that counts, indicates that the Southview Saints still have the possession of the ball, even though a big loss on the play, giving the Southview Saints now a 3rd down and 18.
One back set, Jeremiah Martinez, motion to the top of the screen. They were throwing to number 88 down here, Will Torres, who was running a post flag route. And what I mean by a post flag is the post is the goal post. He headed down there, then he was going to head down to the corner flag, but Robert Strouser got the ball knocked out of his hands.
On the 3rd and 18, Strouser back to pass, but gives the ball off, and the Southview Saints pick up a big 1st down. Carrying the ball for the Saints, Willie Tillman, tackle made by Abdul Jordan.
You know what? If the Rain coaches were able to play the football game, they'd have a 3rd of these plays figured out, because whenever Southview shows split backs, it's either going to be cross buck trap, counter tray, draw, and an occasional lead. And the defense for Rain is getting too far upfield. My God, this is the 4th quarter. Coaches up here are screaming draws. You think the kids would be aware of it, but they're not.
The ball is on the 24-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Saints. In motion for the Southview Saints, James Thompson. Jeremiah Martinez, the ball carrier, gets up to the 15. Tackle made by Justin Williams.
Okay, split backs, quick pitch look. Wasn't even really much of a quick pitch, just a simple, slide handoff to the outside. And Martinez didn't take it outside, but he came inside off one of his blockers, and 2 people missed him. So nice run by Martinez on that play.
Gain of 8 yards, the ball right on the 15-yard line, 2nd down and 2. Clock is running with 5 minutes remaining in the ball game.
He turned it up.
Strouser looking to hand off, no one to hand off to, keeps the ball and maybe gets half a yard, brought down by a host of Tiger tacklers. It'll be 3rd down.
I've never been.
And a flag.
Oh, man.
Hey, get Sean Robson out, man. It's the shirt.
And apparently this is going to be a penalty against the Tigers, and this definitely will give the Southview Saints, well, they're pointing to Southview. Oh, my.
I've never been a quarterback before, but it's got to be a kind of a different feeling when you're looking to hand off to somebody and the guy doesn't show up when he's supposed to. And there was a broken assignment. They were going to hand off to the right. There was nobody to hand off to. Looks like the officials are getting ready to, now they're going to walk it off against Southview. I know this is one of the things that Coach Kleiner, coming into his 2nd year at Southview, has made great strides about, is that when something goes against a Southview player, take the call, walk off your 15 yards, get back in the huddle, and get ready to make the next play. And Southview, for the last 2 years, has been an outstanding team in regards to things happening bad against them.
15-yard penalty marched off. The ball is now back to the 35 or 30-yard line, and another flag.
No, our cheerleader Will Torres is clapping, so we'll see if he knows what he's talking about.
Offsides against the Tigers. So the Southview Saints will get at least 5 yards back of the 15 yards marched off against them. So it's now 3rd down and 11.
Mash cover 3.
Personal foul was the call against the Southview Saints in that 15-yard penalty.
Do you think when they had a shot at the quarterback, they wanted to take an extra one?
Well, the quarterback was actually Robert Strouser.
Well, on that play, didn't they call that on a Oh, okay.
They called it against the Southview Saints.
Right.
Strouser back to pass. And his intended receiver, Will Torres, incomplete. It's going to be 4th and 11 from the 25.
I was wondering when they were going to go to Will Torres, and he was running a front side curl, and he was there. The ball was there, or the receiver was there. The ball was thrown behind him. So there was an opportunity that Southview should have capitalized on.
They stopped it all night. Here it comes.
Okay, the Youngstown Raven coaches up here in the press box are saying this is going to be a draw play, so we'll see. 4th down and 11. Neely in motion. Strouser gets the snap. He's back to pass. No draw play. Up the middle to James Thompson, and he is hit. On the 4th down, not enough for the 1st down. The Tigers will take over. Johnny Jones making the big hit. Southview Saints managed a real break there as the officials threw the flag and indicated that Strouser was roughed up after letting the pass go. So the Southview Saints have a 1st and goal. The ball is on about the 8-yard line, and it is coming down hard here at George Daniel Stadium. It's raining.
And the head coach from Youngstown Raven wants to have an explanation of why that penalty was called after James Thompson caught the ball in between the 2 linebackers. So we've got a no play right here.
Clock is running with 3 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the ball game. 1st and goal for the Southview Saints. They're on the 8-yard line. Jeremiah Martinez, maybe a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Isolation play. Following Preston Beard, Jeremiah Martinez cut it up inside the isolation, just netted them a couple yards.
And it is raining here at George Daniel Stadium.
And that along with some cold weather to throw in.
It's got the umbrellas open wide, the blankets pulled up around the shoulders.
And I'm glad we're in here.
And so am I. Strouser to pass into the end zone, and it's James Thompson, touchdown.
On the play where they got roughing the passer called against them, where Rayan roughed Robert Strouser. On that play that would have not have netted Southview a 1st down, they threw the ball to James Thompson in the middle of the field. There was no free safety on that defensive set. There was nobody in the middle to take the tight end to go behind the linebackers. And that's criminal not to have a free safety in a formation that Southview should.
Brandon Neely will hold. Crumley puts the foot to the ball, and another excellent extra point attempt. And the Southview Saints, 4 seconds remaining in the ball game, lead 28-0. Brett Crumley kicking off for the Southview Saints. Brother Kyle had the one opportunity, and I was just going to say he kicked out of bounds, and now Brother Brett
does
likewise.
Is
yes.
that brotherly love? You know what?
Or a sympathy kick.
Oh gosh, I think the ball went out in the same exact area,
exact location.
Oh man!
I'll bet you $1 to donuts.
Well, I think Kyle's bigger than Brett, so I don't think Brett wanted to go home and bother Big Brother. So, all right, you messed up, I messed up too.
Their mom, Mrs. Crumley, one of the recipient winners as the booster clubs on the respective schools, Lorain Southview, Lorain King. When you come into the ball game at George Daniel, sell chances for 50-50 in the game ball.
We've been told that those kicks were on purpose.
Oh, okay.
So we stand corrected.
All right. 1st and 10 for the Tigers on their own 35-yard line. Lampkin to pass. Gets it into the flats to Jason Stewart. Stewart gets the ball up close to the 40-yard line. It'll be 2nd down. Tackle made by James Thompson, a gain of 4 yards, 2nd down and 6.
Rain's done this before, throwing to the underneath receiver, and Southview reacted rather well to the ball. Pick up about 4, just with the score being 28-0. You just don't want any long runs at this point. So we do want to correct it with the Crumley brothers that those were calls from the coaches. We don't want to get anybody in trouble. They were doing what they were told to do.
And the officials have called the timeout on the field. And we're all set to go as the rain has stopped here at George Daniel Stadium. Taryn Holland, the ball carrier, taking the pass in the flats and knocked out of bounds by Brandon Neely.
It was good enough to do it on one side of the field. It's certainly good enough to do it at the bottom. The idea is get it to the underneath receiver and just let these two speedy wideouts from Youngstown Raven do their thing. But Southview is athletic in the defensive secondary. They can run with Raven. So it was not a first down. It's just 3rd and about 1. Pickup of 4.
Well, according to my mathematics, John, they had 4 on the first play.
Oh,
1
that's
yard
how
to
we're
go.
going to be.
So it's a pickup of 5.
I'm going to watch you when you mess. Okay, no problems. We'll go that route.
Whoa! And charging in from his linebacking position for the Southview Saints,
Steve
Ridnour.
And I thought for a moment there that he might have been it stepped in the neutral zone, but the official, the line judge, didn't call it. So what Southview's doing is they're blitzing an outside linebacker to the blind side. It's a right-handed quarterback, so they're sending a linebacker from the blind side of Ronnie Lampkin, and Steve Ridnour was almost there.
On the incomplete pass, it's now 4th and 1.
Now remember, I thought we were a team, so how can you call me being short on that one? Isn't that your exact verbiage? We are a team.
And a good team has a good teacher, and a good teacher will always instruct. And on the quarterback keep to pick up the yard for the first down, Lampkin manages to do just that. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Tigers.
Right now we're at Thompson, defending for the Saints.
On that play, just quarterback sneak for the first down. So what you're telling me, you're a good teacher, you're my mentor because you're older? I won't let you alone with this. Is age my mentor?
The ball is on the 46-yard line. You don't mind if I just ignore you?
Oh, that's
okay.
You do it quite well.
1st and 10. Clock is running with 1 minute 50 seconds remaining, and
pass.
a long pass by Lampkin, grabbed by Justin Armini. Armini still on his feet. He's
Nice
to the
job.
10-5, end zone, and touchdown.
This is what they've been trying. Oh, and we've got a flag down there on the 3-yard line that the official threw. It was a halfback pass. And these wideouts from Raven obviously have the speed, so they've been trying to get the ball to them in various ways. And this time, 50-yard touchdown pass with a flag thrown. I don't know what the flag was thrown for.
54-yard pass.
Well, they're putting the ball on the 3-yard line for the extra point attempt.
Ball against the Saints.
Now, would they,
Personal foul is the call against the Southview Saints after the touchdown.
1st and 10 for the Tigers at the 3-yard line.
Southview picked up the ball and threw it to the referee, and that was unsportsmanlike conduct.
dead ball foul?
Penalty would be assessed on the kickoff.
Yes.
Why not? He don't get the shit kicked out of this. Personal foul on them.
Okay, the ball is advanced halfway the distance to the goal with 1 minute 38 seconds remaining. Lampkin to pass on the extra point attempts and dropped by Ty Lindsay. He had a clear shot into the end zone for the
Sure
2
did.
points. So with 1:38 remaining in the ball game, as we indicated, it's Southview 28, Youngstown Raven 6. Reminder for this evening about the Lorain Palace Civic Center, 6th and Broadway in downtown Lorain, the first weekend in November 5th, 6th, and 7th. It's going to be movie time with Wild Wild West, a PG-13 showtime all 3 nights, 7 p.m. If you want to see a good movie with some laughs, you want to see Wild Wild West. Admission is only $1.50 per person, and you can see it on the widest, biggest screen in all of Lorain County with the absolute positive best sound system. So on Sunday, October 31st, it's the Fireland Symphony Concert, Halloween Classical Chills, beginning at 3 p.m. And then that first weekend, November, it's Wild Wild West on the big screen at the Palace Civic Center, 6th and Broadway, downtown Lorain.
We're looking at an onside kick here.
All right, from the 40-yard line, as you indicated, John, an onside kick. Lampkin gets it, and it does get across the 50, but it's landed on by the Southview Saints' Chris Galligan.
Now, in any onside kick, the team that kicks off has got to have the ball go 10 yards. But the receiving team can pick up the ball before it goes to 10 yards, and I'm pretty sure that's what Southview did.
Well, they've got the ball 1st and 10 at the mid-stripe. And we've got 1 minute 36 seconds remaining in the ball game with the Southview Saints on top by 22 points, 28-6. We'll see what's going to happen here, if we're going to see some play action or just a few knees to the ground and run the clock out.
I think with the class of Southview showing this year, there'll be a couple knees to the ground, I'm sure.
I know that Coach Kleiner already has substituted. Ronnie Soto is in at quarterback, gets the snap, and he's going to keep the ball. Maybe picks up a short yard on the play.
And the class that they're showing is they did not drop knee to the ground, but they now have their number 2 quarterback in there, which indicates that, of course, we've seen other teams bring 2nd and 3rd string quarterbacks in and throw long passes, but this has not been Southview's.
Down in 10 for the Southview Saints. 1 minute 18 seconds remain now, as Southview had called a timeout. Soto hands off to his big back, Terrence Beard. And Beard gets the ball to about the 44-yard line.
I'll tell you what, Terrence Beard.
Or make that to the 43, a gain of 7. It's going to be 3rd down and 3.
Terrence Beard, I'm assuming is the little brother of Preston, looks every bit as tall as his brother. Just doesn't have the 220 pounds yet, but what grade did you say he was in?
Terrence is a sophomore, so he's got a year or so to bulk up in the weight room. And again, the give is to Terrence Beard. Beard picks up a 1st down across the 30-yard line, and he is brought down from behind as the clock is stopped now. On the 1st and 10 from the Tigers' 29-yard line. Ronnie Soto, the quarterback.
You gonna pick it up, dog.
Again, the give to Terrence Beard. Moves the ball up close to the 25-yard line. And that's the end of the ball game, as the clock runs out and the Lorain Southview Saints winning the ball game 28-6 over the Youngstown Raven Tigers. The Southview Saints came into this ball game all tied up at 4 wins and 4 losses, and now they look forward to the big game next week against their crosstown rivals, the Lorain Admiral King Admirals, with a 5-4 season. Meanwhile, Youngstown Raven goes back to the Steel City with a 1-7 record. John, you saw the action, and there was plenty of it. Your comments.
Okay, Southview did what it had to do. I thought the game early on was sloppy, both teams exchanging fumbles and whatnot, but you know, sometimes you don't always win pretty. They won 28-6. They did what they had to do to win the ball game. Big thing is that you know, maybe they saw a 1-6 team come in here, didn't get too excited, and they wanted to get by this one, because the one that I want to see is next week. Southview's done their part. They've won their ball game. Admiral King plays tomorrow night against Holland, and I know that both teams will have a shot at either 500 or winning records at the end of the season. So that's the one I want to see. Southview was up early on, and then they've lost a little bit of momentum. King is on our roll right now, so let's come back next week and we'll end this up in high fashion.
And if you are watching this game on Saturday, October 23rd, like John said, the Admiral King Admirals are right here at George Daniel Stadium on Saturday night going against Warren Holland. But the big one is next week, Friday, as we'll wrap up the 1999 high school football season. The Admiral King Admirals playing host at George Daniel Stadium to their crosstown rivals, the Lorain Southview Saints. Until that time, for my partner John Nesbitt, our cameraman, producer, and director Bob Quinlan, again, the final score from George Daniel Stadium: Lorain Southview 28, Youngstown Raven 6. I'm Ron Baccalar. Good night, everyone.